I just want to go real quick and just continue doing what I was doing. But let me set a timer because the time is so vital. I just want to share my story with you. I am a native born Jamaican, born and raised until I was 13, came to the States with my seven siblings and went into the Naval Academy, became one of the first group of women combatants to serve on naval combatant ships. I am so sorry that this didn't work before, so let's try again. I want to talk about energy and how when we try to live in a life where we feel like we're not living it and we don't want to be here, how that energy itself leaves the body and depletes you of very nutritious forces to keep you alive. My story starts when I went on these combatant ships and I did not feel supported by anyone. Like I said, I was one of the first group of women to be on combatant ships. So the ships that I went on, for about 2 to 3 months, sometimes I was the only female on the ship of over 300 men. And so pushing my way through that with confidence and trying to be the leader and be the positive person I was really hard. And I did that for about 10 years until I developed cancer. I was diagnosed with cancer. I didn't develop cancer, but I felt like I was under so much constant stress that my body itself just continued to die. And there's a angle to that because as I continue to try to heal, I discovered Wayne Dwyer. And Wayne Dwyer said this: when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at change. And so as I began to look at things to change the way I was looking at it, I began to find and discover this healing point within myself. Within that time I was married and I was married for 20 years, but in those 20 years not one year was good because I was married to a person who just did not want to see me thrive, did not want to see me well. He just wanted to take credit for the financial part and the kids as they grew up into the person that they were, the men that they were. And so I had to decide, do I want to live or die twice in my life? The first time when I had cancer, the second time when my marriage turned to the point where it was so toxic that I myself was in danger. I got to the point where I went from running 15 miles to barely walking to getting on my butt to just go up on the stairs and come down on the stairs. And I needed to understand what was going on. So I went back to school to get my PhD in mind and body medicine. And as I started studying what the mind can do, what the mind, even though you are physically present, can do from just staying in the past. And I started to learn about neuroplasticity and epigenetics and how we can change our destiny. We don't have to stay in it. And so I want to talk to you guys about energy and how when you change the way you look at things, the things you look at will change. For those 20 years that I was married and I was in the military, I did not physically want to be here. I did not spiritually want to be here. And as some people will say, we are a spirit living in a body. And as my spirit continued to try to leave my body began to get ill. I developed arthritis. I developed the cancer. I developed chronic migraines. I gained weight. And then I just developed and went into a low vibration of depression and anxiety. And I suffered from that for a few years until I had to make a decision again. When I heard the call during my divorce, I heard the call and I almost took my own life. And in taking my own life, wanting to take my own life, an angel flew down and landed next to me. And I looked over, I didn't see anything, but I heard the wings flapped and landed next to me. I screamed, I screamed, and I screamed. And I said, what is going on? And in a split second, a vision was shown to me. And in that vision, it shows my purpose. And my purpose continues to be how I showed up, this giver, nurturer, developer who wants to be of service to the world and to the community, but to learning how to do so by setting proper boundaries, healthy boundaries with the relationships with whom I come in contact with. And so I want to talk about how if you start saying you don't want to be here physically, when you leave, a little bit of your energy starts to leave your body. And if you do that over time, say 2 months, 2 years, 10 years, you start continuously depleting your vital energy, your source energy from your body. And your body begins to die a slow death. And that is not why you're here. Every spirit that is here on this planet is here for a purpose. Your DNA at the time of birth came in contact with the energy force and the alignments of the planets. As they aligned at that time and that moment that you became born, you were given a special energy. And that vibratory energy connects with something else in relation to healing and growing forward. And so I want to talk about three things. And the three things I want to share with you is about how to really understand why you're here. You've heard my story of feeling like I did not belong here. And in not feeling like I belong here, not feeling like I had a community or a tribe to feel supported, heard, and seen or understood, I wanted to leave this planet physically, mentally, and spiritually. And in doing so, my body began to die. So I want to talk to you about the moment when I started understanding my essence and my importance in life, and how, because of that, I learned three vital things to restore that energy back into your body. To call that energy back into your body, you begin with finding your purpose through self-love. Now, a lot of us have no idea. Some of us have no idea what love feels like. Even though I was married for 20 years, love was not given to me. But I gave love. I had two beautiful boys, and I still love them to death. And so I knew how to give love to others, but not to myself. And so in trying to learn how to give love to myself, I began to restore my connection back to painting. And I want to share this picture with you. I started with saying, I don't know how to do this. And I created a photo of a cocoon, of a person. This is me in my uniform. I was wearing pants back then. But in this cocoon, I asked the universe to help me restore love, how to feel love, how to unite, how to believe, how to be blessed, how to endure, to feel strength, peace, humbled, clarity, gentleness, forgiveness, trust, how to share my vision. And as I continued to paint, I began to feel spirit coming back into me. I began to feel love, and that love became so beautiful that it starts to radiate from my skin. And as I continued to develop this habit, I began to feel the love and created this image of what I felt. We can do it, guys. And so the first step in trying to restore our energy is to start developing a self-care plan. Self-care, what does self-care look like to you? If you don't know what self-care looks like to you, I'm a life coach and I would love to help you. So please make sure you send an email to alethawilliams911@gmail.com, and I'll post it in the comments at the end. So what does love look like to you? How does it feel in your body? Where in your body do you feel it? And for me, love looks like a river flowing throughout every single cells of my body. It is cool. It is warm, it is comfortable, and it wraps and encases me like this fire behind me. It has the color of purple that means royalty and loyalty and support. It has the color green that reminds me of being vital and refreshing and healing. It has the color of yellow, of remembering in love the things that brought me to where I am today. So, what does love look like to you? And the second thing that I want to talk about is your social support. Social support is a vital part of everyone's wellness. Everyone's wellness. So finding your tribe and finding those like-minded people that lifts you up and want to see you thrive and survive in being your authentic self is important. So finding your tribe and finding that social group that helps you be the person that you want to be is so important. The third thing I want to talk about is maintenance. Maintenance is important. You, I would recommend that you develop a self-care plan. I'll give you an example of one of my self-care plan. And so there's so many different ways to look at things, right? So my way of developing a self-care plan is to become aware of when I dip into a low vibration. Become aware of when I dip into a low vibration. And when I become aware, what do? I become aware of my breath. And as I become aware of my breath, I started out back in the day just feeling my heart because I couldn't feel the love. So I put my hand on my heart and I become aware of the breath. And then I close my eyes and I become aware of the energy of who I am. And I call in love to be in my heart and then to see it wrap around me. And when that doesn't work, because depression and anxiety is a very strong low vibration, when that doesn't help, I give myself I give myself 24 hours. And in 24 hours, if I cannot get out of it myself, then I reach out to my tribe. My tribe is what's important to my wellness. And so I call someone, hey, I can't seem to get out of this rut. I would like for you to come over and just hang and watch a movie with me. Is that okay? Or can you just listen to me on the phone for a little bit? I don't need any advice. I just want to vent. I just want to let things off my chest. Can you hold space for me just for about 10 minutes? So become aware, then finding your tribe. And sometimes if that tribe is not out there, then what are some other things can you do? For me, I pick up my paintbrush and I paint. Or I pick up my journal and I write. And so in that process, I wrote this book. And this is one of my first few books that I've written. And it's called 101 Ways to Ignite Your Flame. And in creating this book, it is a self-help book that helps you initiate some questions as to how to live and to thrive and to survive in restoring your energy back into your body. It is important that your mind, your body, and spirit gets in aligned with you and who you are. So I want to end with this. 3 things that you should become aware of, and it's not a should, I shouldn't say that, is I would encourage you to be aware of. Understand that long-term stress affects the mind, the body, and the spirit. But it is never late. It's never too late to change. Neuroplasticity says we can change the way we look at things and it will create new uh, pathways. It will wire and fire new pathways in our brains to create the person that we want to be. So change is possible. I have seen people meditate and change their bodies, change the arthritis in their body. I have to say, I'm walking now. Now, I had to do a few surgeries. I had to replace both knees, I had to replace both hips, but my arthritis itself is at a lower level. My inflammation marker is way lower, and it's because I went and practiced constant meditation, meditation after meditation. And as I wire and fire new synaptic connection into my body and my body began to heal. So it is possible. It's never too late. So then I want to talk, I talked about finding your purpose through self-love, loving yourself first, filling your cup first before you can do it to anyone else is vital to your wellness. And understanding that social support is also a vital key to your wellness. Finding your tribe, finding those people that hold space for you, that sees you and supports you and want to see you in your unique, authentic self. And finally, I talked about maintenance and how to create a self-care plan and understanding that if you choose to be here and want to live and show up your authentic self, then it is important to restore your energy back into your body by creating a self-care plan to maintain and understand that when low vibration shows up, it is not welcome in your body and it only has a temporary rental and it needs to leave. I have a free ebook called 101 Steps to Restoring and Igniting Your Flame Back into Your Body. If you're interested in it, I just gave you my email. Also, I am going to post my website right here. And if you would love to see or have a free discovery call with me, please reach out. Aletha Williams at InnerStarCompassHealing.com. This is Aletha saying thank you so much for listening to me, and I apologize for the live interruption, but Spirit wanted me to redirect the way I was talking, and here it is. So thank you so much again, and be well, and I will see you again soon. Take care.